a lot of you are here because you want young people to be engaged with your craft in the same way that you are. You know, you want them to feel that passion and be excited by it, and to be able to continue the craft on, and to be able to provide different insights, you know, maybe cover some of the blind spots that, you know, your current guild makeup might not be able to. And often people think, you know, young people will be able to do some of those things and be able to bring a little bit of energy or a different perspective to it. But we often need to think about the experience of that young person once they're there. So I guess one of the things that we've been thinking about a lot at Rising is around the barriers. So what are the barriers to young people in governance? And this is something we ask a lot of organizations that we work with, who are thinking about doing this work, you know, whether they are a guild or whether they are, you know, it's just a single practitioner. You know, what are the barriers to young people either engaging with your work or you know, taking up leadership positions? And you know, there are quite a few. You know, it's quite easy for people to kind of say, you know, can't find the young people. You know, we can find the young people, but we haven't got that retention. Or you know, we can find the young people, but they don't feel confident enough to step into those leadership positions. You know, board meetings are really long and boring, and the language, and you know, it's I'm sure you can imagine the types of barriers that there are. But 9 times out of 10, those barriers are not physical, they're actually ideological barriers. They're barriers in terms of the ways in which the sort of things that we think or our assumptions about young people as leaders, or the work that we're doing. So when we talk about invitations, we also talk about this idea of like the explicit invitation and then like the implicit invitation. And in some ways, you've got your explicit invitation that's like, we really want, you know, young people to come and join our sector or for this project or our organization. They would be part of a really exciting, committed team who are really passionate about X. So that's your explicit invitation. But then when you think about the implicit invitation, like what is really going on there? You're saying, we would really like for somebody younger to come into our organization to help bring some new ideas or new perspectives or help continue the craft. You will be the only person who looks like you in this organization or this guild. You will be expected to challenge us, but not too much, because we don't really want to be challenged. We just want to be seen like we're challenging. So I'm not trying to say this as a confrontational thing, but I think you need to think about the ways in which invitations are perceived by individuals. So some people might see your guild or your whatever and think, wow, I would love to do that. But actually they think, I don't think they'd want me. I don't think they'd accept me. I don't think that I could bring my whole self into this space. So really think about the ways in which you can make it an inclusive place for everybody. We often recommend that people meet young people or whoever where they are. You know, if young people are on social media, finding ways that you can bridge that gap, but not to the detriment of what you're doing, but having the confidence to be able to kind of take that leap and reach out, because then it really shows that you're sincere about your invitation when you're reaching out to people. There is an assumption in society that young people are future leaders, that they will be stepping up, they're the leaders of tomorrow. But we're saying no, we think that young people are leaders now, and they can lead now, and they have the value and the expertise to do that right now. We just need to create the spaces for that.